everybody, how's it going? All right, progress in the studio. So I've actually made a little bit more progress since you saw it last. I recorded another video, and honestly, as I was trying to edit it and everything, it's just not all that interesting. I'll save you, 20 minutes or so here. The gist of it was I wanted to put my acoustic treatment up, but there's so much clutter in the room that I needed a place to store stuff. So I ended up tearing out a shelf that was in this closet. I zoomed all the way out. There we go. In this closet, it's one of my only storage spots, and it was just made to hang clothes in. So I went to Home Depot. I bought some of this closet-made shelving system, the wire rack stuff, and I got it all installed and everything. And actually, just today, I got a little bit. I didn't buy enough supports for it initially, so it was a little wobbly, a little unstable. Little work left to do in there. I need some of those shelving liners because I found out the hard way that if I try to store bundles of cable on that wire shelf, an XLR connector fits exactly right in between these things, gets caught, and makes it just an enormous pain. So yeah, now I've got a lot of storage over here, so that should give me some opportunity to get some of this clutter just off the floor and out of the way and all that. So one thing you'll notice is I got the acoustic treatment hung up, and I wanted to kind of shoot an episode about that, but again, watching some guy that's not all that good at home improvement stuff struggle and bumble around and do that, just not all that exciting. So I just kind of went ahead and did it. I think what I'm going to do over the course of the next week here is do kind of an A-B comparison. Let's hear the room with the treatment. I don't have my cloud hung up here yet. That's always such a pain, and I'm just not really looking forward to it. So, but I would like to do kind of an A-B comparison, and do it with speak and yell and clap into a mic. Maybe do a room EQ wizard kind of thing with and without the treatment. You can see I've got the soffit traps that just kind of freestanding, and kind of the imaginary corner here and the corner over there. I've got my the monster traps and the point of first reflection left and right, and I've got the monster traps back here at the rear point of first reflection. I got the tri-traps hung in the high corners. Floor to ceiling would be better, but I think I mentioned it in an earlier video. I'm just gonna have to buy a custom size extra tri-trap to go in the lower part. I do have the desk fully populated with stuff, which is really cool. It is nice and stable. I have every confidence in it. I think that's great. I do have one new piece of gear that I'd briefly thought about maybe doing a review on, but honestly, it's just not a very interesting piece of gear. It's this Proco switch witch. That's what I'm using for a monitor controller. So now I can actually A, B, and Y between my two sets of monitors. I got the sub and the HS80Ms on one channel, and then I got the Atom A7Xs on another channel. So I can just really quick just flip back and forth between them. So I got the Atoms on channel 1 here, so I can just hear the Atoms and not the Yamahas. I can just hear the Yamahas and not the Atoms, or I can listen to them both at the same time, which actually just recreationally listening to music, that's actually kind of a cool sound. I've got nothing in here powered or plugged in or routed or anything. I just have my interface plugged into the switch witch, and the switch witch plugged into the two sets of monitors. I do have my my recording computer. That's my Ryzen 7 1700 system, and my favorite monitor here plugged in. So at least I have a functional computer system, so I can edit video, and I can record a little bit of music. In that last video, I actually recorded a little bit of music to use during the time lapses and stuff. So still a lot of work to do over here, but at least I have kind of a minimally functional setup. It's still a long way to go. Okay, what else? Not a whole lot of, there's just a lot of clutter and stuff around here. I'm also trying to vlog with my Panasonic, and I'm realizing it is a very heavy camera to try to vlog with here, so sorry if it's a little unsteady and I start like drifting off here. So all right, there we go. About the only other kind of interesting things, I've always kind of wanted to have kind of a battery charging station, you know, in a home studio and you know, kind of a makeshift YouTube studio. There's just a lot of need for different batteries. I like to use rechargeable batteries where I can. So I grabbed a power strip that has, you know, nice spaced outlets on it and everything, so I can kind of fit all these random things in here. You know, I've got batteries for lights, batteries that I use in my recorder and my lavalier body pack. I got, you know, batteries for one camera, batteries for the other camera, more batteries for lights, you know, all that stuff. So, and it's all on a power strip with a switch, so I can get everything charged up, and then, you know, before I leave the house or anything, I can just switch it all off and not worry about, you know, lithium-ion batteries going haywire and burning the house down. And you probably noticed, but yes, I got my amps set up, plugged in, playing through actual guitar cabinet speakers for the first time in a couple of years has been just really liberating. It's been really exciting for me. I've actually been able to use now the JCM 800 through the Two Notes Torpedo, using it instead of a load box, using it as an attenuator into the 4x10. And I have to say, I'm really happy with it. Not perfect, but being able to kind of tame that raging beast, oh man, that's been great. What else have we got laying around here? Oh yeah, I bought a 5-pack actually of these guys. I had no idea you could buy these in 5-packs. These are just Furman 6-outlet power strips that do have some EMI, RFI, and surge protection on them. So, you know, not exactly a power conditioner, but, you know, uses some of Furman's kind of technology in there to, you know, clean up the AC line a little bit. So I was kind of tired of using this ragtag collection of power strips. You know, you know how it goes in a home studio. You got way more stuff to plug in than you have outlets to plug them into. So I've put a couple of these into use. I got one back here for my amps, a couple of amps, the Torpedo, and a light. I put another one into service over here for another amp and another light. I did buy a couple of, let's go take a look at these real quick. Again, they're Furman, and you can kind of see it back here. But it's like their 8-outlet version, kind of the same thing. You know, it's got the coaxial and Ethernet, but I'm not really all that worried about that. But I like that it has some transformer-spaced outlets. So I looked for a UPS. Get flipped back around here. I looked for a UPS, an uninterruptible power supply, which I think ultimately I want to use in this room, but I hadn't found the right one yet. But I would love to use one of those in conjunction with these, you know, nice power strips and everything. So, you know, I have kind of consistent power strips to plug everything into. I don't know. I'll find uses for the others. But yeah, all right, I gotta sit this thing down. It's getting too heavy for me. Sorry for all that shaky cam. I hope I'm not giving anybody motion sickness or anything, but let's just sit this fella down here. All right, look up at me. There we go. Yeah, that's kind of a heavy camera for just carrying around trying to vlog with. So over the course of the next week, what I plan on doing, I want to wire everything for the desk and get everything actually hooked up, fully functional. I need to scoot the desk back to its kind of final resting position. It's probably about, I don't know, 8 inches, 10 inches away from the wall right now. For the placement of my acoustic panels here, if you can see through all the kind of overexposure there. But you can see, you know, I got this one just hung on the door. That's just the only place that I could possibly put it where it's going to be even remotely in a first reflection kind of zone. Typically, I would enlist the help of a friend, or, you know, it's been my spouse that's helped me every time so far, and do the mirror trick, which is, you know, you get your speakers set up where they're ultimately going to be, which mine are not yet. You sit in your listening position, and you have somebody take a mirror and start scooting along the wall, and while you're in your listening position, you just mark a location on the wall every time you see a reflection of a speaker in the mirror, and that'll show you the reflection points that you should probably treat if you're going to be mixing in that room. The reason I didn't bother with it this time is because I'm just severely limited due to the door here, and on the other side, it's not the door, but it's this goofy thing that I showed you last time. This little protrusion from the wall. There's actually a water pipe. I took that little panel off. It was painted shut, so I just like beat the crap out of it and finally got it open. There's actually a little shutoff valve and a water line that goes up there. So not exactly something I can just go and tear out. So, yeah, kind of stuck with that. But that limits where I can put an acoustic panel on that side. And I'm limited on this side by the door. I have to operate that door. It's a closet. I got to use that closet, right? It's my storage. It's my only storage in the room. So I think the mirror trick was going to be kind of irrelevant because I'm just not going to be able to put panels in what is most likely going to be an ideal location. I have to kind of scoot them forward a little bit because I want to keep them symmetrical, and that door governs where I can put my left absorber. So I got to put my right absorber at the same place to keep it symmetrical. Maybe I can dream up something, to add a little bit more trapping. For right now, I've got those freestanding acoustic panels, the acoustic screen. I just got them sitting here for now. I'll deploy them when I need them, if I need to dry up the room or something for whatever reason. So, I got that option, which is actually kind of cool. So yeah, rather than try to take you along for the ride of just watching me fumble around and try to hang all this treatment, which was, oh boy, yeah, it wasn't pretty. And to, do all the stuff in the closet there to get the shelves in, which I tried to edit that video and I was like, man, this is not compelling content at all. So I just kind of skipped it. I don't know, maybe I'll do something with it later. So the desk, oh yeah, I went and grabbed some of this 3M double-sided tape. I had used some of this just for taping down that USB hub in my last studio, and it worked so well. I'm actually going to kind of tape a few things to the desk, an extra outlet, so I'll have a power switch for a couple of my rack units that don't have power switches. I'll probably, my SD card reader and that USB hub, I'll probably tape to the side of the desk just to secure them and keep them off of the desk so I don't have to use desk space to store that stuff. So I'll be doing all that stuff over the next week. And so here in a week or two, take keep an eye out for another kind of one of these vlog style videos. And I'll do kind of an A/B test of the room to, kind of see how much of a difference acoustic treatments make in this room. Is it worth it? Is it not? I do still have a box of Orlex, 12-inch by 1-inch thick things. So honestly, I'm just not a fan of foam. I've harped on it before, so I won't really, get back on my soapbox this time. But I have a feeling like actually a pretty good application for it in this room is going to be this goofy little thing up here, since it's just right in the middle of the room. And it's going to reflect here, it's going to reflect, over on this side, it's going to reflect over on that side. And even like this little piece of that, that's a stairwell, which is why that's kind of, angled like that. There's a stairwell right above there. So, maybe I'll put some Orlex on these surfaces just to kind of cut down on goofy reflections that might come from that stuff. Maybe Orlex is going to be part of the solution of, treating these odd little spots here where I just flat out can't fit a 2x4 mineral wool absorber. All right, so I'm looking forward to all that stuff. I do want to, kind of keep including you all in this stuff, but I just know, like, I don't have like the editing chops to kind of make like compelling video out of like the process of doing a lot of this stuff. I've been watching like Jay's 2 Cents. He just got like a new studio for his video sets. And he's done a really good job at kind of making entertaining, kind of funny, and and also just kind of compelling, videos about the process. So he's a lot like me, not exactly a handyman, but capable. And so just hammering through all the complexities of trying to build stuff and paint stuff and all that. I enjoy watching that stuff, and I would love to be able to emulate something like that on my channel. But what makes a lot of that compelling is not only, you know, his personality, but also he has a good editor, you know, working for him. I don't. My editor is pretty bad. You know, one moment, let the editor apologize for himself. Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm a bad editor. All right, so I think that's going to do it for me this time. I will, yeah, keep an eye out here in the next couple weeks, and we'll fool around with acoustic treatment. I'll have the desk all wired up and everything. Maybe we can take a look back behind there at just the awful mess that I know it's going to be back there. There's a lot of cables, so many cables. Oh boy. Although I love cables, I love plugging stuff in. That's just compelling to me. So. All right, that'll do it for me this time, and I will see you guys next time.